Alright guys, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a voiceover instead of just music, and right now I'm just drawing out the design of my knife that I think I'm going to want just to give me a basic idea of what I want to do. Okay, after I drew out the basic design that I thought I wanted, I decided to take out an angle grinder and just cut the basic shape out of the piece of steel so it would be easier to forge. Here I couldn't exactly cut all the way through with the angle grinder without messing up the geometry, so I just wiggled it until it got brittle and snapped off. After all that, I took it to the forge and kind of rounded out the sharp corner on it because I decided that wasn't the way I wanted to go with the knife. The next thing I decided to do was pound in some bevels and get the knife ready for grinding, and it started to curve back on me when I pounded in the bevels, and it'll do that. It's nothing to worry about. All you gotta do is straighten out the spine again just by tapping it on the edge, and then you can go back to pounding in the bevels. After that, I decided to put it through a few normalizing cycles and some hurricane force winds, which didn't help at all. Here I put the knife in some muriatic acid just to get rid of some of the scales so it would be less harsh on my sanding belts. After all the forging was said and done, I took the knife and put it on a 40 grit zirconium belt, and I ground down the basic geometry of the knife. After that, I moved to an 80 grit and then a 120. This one is a 120 grit belt. I didn't record the 80 grit belt because it looked the same as the zirconium belt, and I just really didn't care. Right now I'm putting it against the flat of my grinder just to be sure that it's flat, and I mean, it was kind of flat. I just had to grind out a little bit of an arc in the blade and it was perfect. Here I'm rubbing some goop on the blade to keep the heat from escaping when I plunge it into the oil. I'm just putting these things on because I saw people do it and I wanted to see if it made a difference in the Hamons that I made. You'll see here in a minute what happens. Oh hey, would you look at that? I almost forgot to drill the holes again. This time I'm making sure to drill the holes before I temper it, just to make sure that the steel isn't too hard when I try to drill through it with a bit. After that I take it to the heat treat, and right now I'm just putting a piece of metal in there to heat up the oil before I put the knife in so it removes the heat faster. At least that's what I hear. I'm not sure how it works either. Here I heated up the knife to non-magnetic and quenched it in some automatic transmission fluid, which is the closest thing that I can obtain to Parks 50 where I live. Okay, so the next step is to find some more music, because I'm out. And no, I don't want to watch more fidget spinners. Okay, let's just see what they got. Oh, they have a new release. Okay, that's good, but it's not exactly what I need. Okay, that's not what I need either. Okay, awesome, that's exactly what I need. Alright, let's just put that in there and then get back to editing. After heat treat, the knife had a little bit of scale on it, so I just went ahead and sanded that off with some sandpaper and a few of the little divots too. So I decided I wanted to go for a blowtorch temper this time, so I decided to get my Zippo lighter and go ahead and light the torch. Oh, it's out of flint. Okay, there we go, we got it all together. Okay, so I as a hobbyist suffer from bipolar heat treatment disorder, which means I can never decide which heat treatment I want to do. So I decided to anneal the tang with the blowtorch and temper the blade in the oven. Okay, so we got everything to a nice blue gold color, and we're just going to leave it like that and then put it in the oven. Okay, so I'm testing to see if there is in fact a hardness line, and there is one, but it's not visible without an etch, so I'm going to try to re-temper it and see how that goes. So I decided to do just a little bit of touch-up work with some 80 grit before putting it back into the fire. Right now I'm gonna light my forge. I just blowtorch the coal before putting it in there. That's actually charcoal, not coal. I can never get the coal to light with the blowtorch, so I use charcoal. Hello, fire. After raising my baby fire big and strong like his dad, I decide to kill it like any good father does. After heating up the knife really hot, I decide to do scary water quench, and it appears to have worked. Just like glass. Alright, if you guys have ever bought a Harbor Freight tool, you know their quality, so now I have to beat the crap out of my belt sander just to get the platen or platen, whatever you want to call it, even with the belt again. Just a little disclaimer, I have respect for this particular Harbor Freight tool because it has lasted me much longer than my bench grinder did. My bench grinder blew 3 fuses before my belt sander even wavered. So what I'm doing is I'm actually just removing the clay and everything, making sure the blade is flat before I go on to sanding, because it's a lot longer to sand everything out with your hands than it is with the belt sander, in case you haven't gathered that already. So I already sanded everything with 200 grit, and right now I'm just polishing up the blade a little bit, just so I can see if the line is there. I tried to show the line to the camera, but it doesn't really pick it up, but you can see it right there. Alright, so there's the blade after the etch. It came out quite nicely, and it came out really dark. Now I just gotta etch it, and we'll be done. Okay, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next. If you did like the knife though, please do subscribe. It helps me out, lets me know if you guys want to see more. As always guys, happy smithing.